How's it going, everyone? It's time for another Call of Duty Ghoulies weapon guide, and today's featured weapon is another picking from the assault rifle category, the Remington R5. This weapon might feel familiar if you're a Modern Warfare 3 player. The Remington R5 is almost identical to the CM901 assault rifle that was featured in that game, right down to its reload animation. But there are some slight differences, so let's get on with this guide and take a look at some of the stats and figures of the new Remington R5. So starting off as always with the damage figures, the R5 comes in with figures of 49 dropping off to 20. Those of you with degrees in mathematics will realise that 49 times 2 is less than 100, so despite this close range figure being one of the highest in the assault rifle category, just behind the MSBS, it still equates to a 3 to 5 shot kill. 49 is obviously 1 point off being able to secure kills in 2 shots up close, so you're basically leaving your enemies on the verge of death if you manage to get 2 hits but fail to land the 3rd shot. All it would take to finish them off would be 1 shot from a pistol, the shock of a flashbang grenade, or even just to breathe some bad breath in their general direction. This does however mean that the Remington R5 is pretty good at punching through cover, since it's going to retain some of that damage through those surface materials. So this kind of sets up a few different options for how you might want to run this weapon. You might want to go with flashbang grenades and the recon perk to kind of hunt people out once you've weakened them slightly to secure those 2-shot kills. Or you might want to run the armor piercing attachment to retain that damage through cover even further, to make it perfect for picking off those people who like to camp on top of buildings or sit peeking out of a window. But while this weapon is pretty good at close range, its damage figure does drop off to that quite low 20, which equates to a 5-shot kill. That's one behind the assault rifle average of being able to kill in 3 to 4 shots. The R5 does redeem itself though in terms of range. It's got the highest deadly range out of all the ARs, with its 3-shot kill range being able to reach out to up to 33 meters. This again opens up a couple of options for how you might want to run this weapon. On one hand, you might want to go with the muzzle brake to extend that 3-shot kill range and guarantee a 3-shot kill. Or you might look at that high range and take the opportunity to run a suppressor, since you're not really sacrificing as much of your 3-shot kill range as you would be with some other weapons. Another drawback of the Remington R5 is its magazine size. At 24 rounds, it's slightly behind the usual 30 rounds. So considering that you can have up to 42 rounds with the FAD, it comes out at just 3 out of 5. This weapon does balance itself out again though with its reload time. 2.4 seconds or 2.8 seconds from totally empty is the fastest out of all the rifles. So while you are going to blaze through a magazine a little bit quicker than usual, you can at least replenish it extremely fast. And there's one other stat that kind of comes into play here, and that is its rate of fire. 631 rounds per minute is the slowest out of all the assault rifles, but this might not necessarily be a bad thing depending on your playstyle. A low fire rate like this does help conserve your ammo, which makes that 24 round magazine not so much of a big deal. Plus, with this weapon having good range, a low fire rate means it's quite easy to keep your shots on target without excessive recoil getting in the way and making you waste some missed shots. But statistically speaking, 631 rounds per minute is the slowest by far, so it only gets a 1 out of 5. Talking about recoil, the overall spread, as you'd expect, is pretty small, although it's not the lowest recoiling weapon out of the assault rifle category. But it's low enough to land hits quite easily under automatic fire, and it's not low enough to warrant the grip attachment. Then to finish off its stats and features, this weapon has a nice set of iron sights. There's no real reason to use an optic unless you're going for long range accuracy on those large wide open maps. So I'd make use of those attachment slots for options such as the muzzle brake, suppressor, armor piercing rounds, or extended mags. So all in all, I think the best title that describes the Remington R5 is Heavy Hitter. This weapon's best features are its high damage up close, which gives it the ability to punch through cover, as well as its high range, which can reach out much further than most assault rifles, with 33 meters being more than enough for any engagement on the average map. As we've seen though, there are some downfalls to the Remington R5. It does drop off to a 5-shot kill at long range. It's only got a 24 round magazine, plus it's got the lowest rate of fire out of all the assault rifles. This last feature being the most detrimental to your performance, since it can often let you down in close range encounters where you can't get your 3 shots to kill out as fast as anyone running a higher fire rate weapon. So taking everything into consideration, my overall rating for the Remington R5 is a 3 out of 5. If you're looking for an easy to control weapon that can pick people off at range, then the Remington R5 is certainly a good choice. but there are some other assault rifles that are equally as good but do have better statistics all around, namely the SC-2010 with its same damage ratings but a higher fire rate, or the AK-12 which has a similar slow fire rate but can tackle people with just 4 shots at long range. Both these weapons are also treated to the full 30 round mag size. But let me know your thoughts about the Remington R5 down in the comments. Do you agree with my 3 out of 5 rating? If you enjoyed my guide, learned anything new, or enjoyed any of the clips, then I'd really appreciate a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and share the video with your friends. If you want to see more of these Call of Duty Ghosts weapon guides, then the best way to do so is either to hit that subscribe button or to check out the link in the description to the full playlist. Also in that description you'll find my links to Twitter, Facebook and Google+, where you can come and say hello, get heads up on when new content is posted and see what kind of videos I watch. I've already featured 3 of the assault rifles, so I best move on to some other categories for the upcoming guide, so let me know down in the comments if you want to see more SMGs, LMGs, sniper rifles, DMRs or shotguns. Otherwise, thanks for watching, I'll catch you all later.